Welcome back to Gearcheckgames. This is our first episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time for
the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I know I said that name wrong because I was looking at the abbreviation and then trying to do the entire title. And I was like,
nice.
What game is this?
What's this game called again?
Yeah, but yeah.
This is my favorite. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme played through a wet bed sheet.
You also might want to put an epilepsy warning at the beginning of this series.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't put up any epilepsy warnings for Metal Slug. Whoops.
I don't know what they were going for with that intro, though, because it was like, not only do they have these, like, strobing lights, but they also have these little subtitles for all the turtles that are on screen for like a split second.
Oh, dude, yeah. I was gonna point that out a second ago. You can barely read them.
Yeah.
It's like, who are they? What do they do?
I guess we'll just have to play the game and find out.
Man, remember when lives were called rests in video games?
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing that in like Super Punch Out, and I was like, all right, it's like boxing. You like take a rest or whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess that wasn't the only game.
I see you're making the correct choice here and using the comic style coloration.
Oh yeah, and that's.
Oh, that's a big guy.
Yeah, that was Krang, and if you read the comics or watched any of the TV show, he's like Shredder's boss from space.
I thought Krang was a little guy.
I thought Krang was originated from the show and wasn't in the comics.
I think you're right.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, because there was the original comics that like predated the cartoon, and then there was a comic series I think that like was inspired by the cartoon, but I don't know. I'm just gonna put my cards on the table here. I didn't grow up with the Ninja Turtles. I don't know a whole lot about this franchise other than what I've heard from like James Rolfe's videos, because he has a lot of videos on this particular subject.
Right.
Which are all great, of course, but that's where most of my turtle knowledge comes from.
Yeah. So before we get too deep, I wanted to say that I was displaying something there. Oh, there, I did it again. Each turtle has a special attack that you can do by hitting jump and attack at the same time. But there is a cost to it. If it connects with an enemy, it costs like 2 bars of HP.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah,
But
so it's
only
like a
if it
real
connects
risk
with an
reward.
enemy.
Right, so you can just like spam it if you want in a blank area, just to look at the funny sprites. But I picked Michelangelo because in my opinion, he has the best special next to Donatello's.
Well, I mean, isn't Michelangelo kind of like the popular turtle as well?
Yeah, he's in the TV show and the comics. He's the funny one.
Yeah, that's like the recurring thing every time I hear somebody talk about Ninja Turtles is they always pick out Mikey as the favorite.
Yeah.
Mikey or Donnie?
Oh yeah.
Pretty much all my knowledge about Ninja Turtles is that Mikey is the party dude, and Raph is rude, and also at one point was incorrectly called the leader of the crew.
Dan, I don't know why I expected a serious answer out of you.
That was a serious answer, though.
Yeah.
Oh
but
God.
Yeah. Here's Krang's giant mech bot.
Oh my lord.
I see. It's a giant mech with flesh.
Yeah, basically. It's incredibly disturbing. I don't know if I get hit by it.
He made it that way to unsettle his opponents.
Yeah.
I love how April shows up if you wait around too long to like tell you to get a move on. And then she just disappears.
Yeah, well, she got lasered by Krang. Jesus, that guy exploded.
More like Ash's O'Neil.
Well, yeah, aren't the foot soldiers here all like robots? Because I know in the
area of cartoons.
Yep. Mm-hmm, yeah. Well, in the original comic, obviously, you know, that was intended for an older audience, so they were all just, you know, ninjas. But in the cartoon, they wanted the turtles to be able to like actually use their weapons on them and, you know, decapitate people. So they made them robots.
Yeah.
Like Samurai Jack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Except in Samurai Jack, okay, you know what? Never mind. In Samurai Jack, it's like I would say about half the enemies in that show don't even look like robots.
Yeah. That's not blood, that's oil.
Oh my god.
I know,
They're just
I'm
bullying you.
Yeah.
Like the dude
That can happen, too.
The dude like pushed you and his friend hit you in the back of the head, knocked you down, then they start stepping on you. Oh god.
Oh yeah. So a lot of the enemies and bosses in this game are from the cartoon. Like this is a design right out of the cartoon.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald got stuck in the fly machine.
Right.
Jeff Goldblum?
Well, yeah. Like each villain in Ninja Turtles is actually kind of fun. Like most of them are like references to like sci-fi and fantasy movies.
Sorry, did
so
he
like
just shoot a hand out of his gun?
yeah.
Out of his revolver?
That'd probably be
It is
a
a
fairly
revolver.
useful thing to have. It's like one of those grabby claws, but more dexterous, I guess.
So Baxter is definitely the easiest boss in this game. He's also one of the few that like has like very clear telegraphing of his moves. Like we're not going to get that courtesy going forward.
I hope
Yeah,
Baxter
like that
sends
moves.
us a postcard from wherever he goes.
Yeah. I think he gets either put in jail or re-separated in the cartoon. I remember he had kind of a tragic fate, just like in the movie.
Wait, was he in the movie?
Well, I mean, like in the original The Fly.
His tragic fate was
okay,
not being in the
okay.
movie.
Yeah. So
Yeah, there's only room enough for one villain in this movie.
That's right. So I meant to point this out earlier. Every once in a while, I'll grab a guy and he will like Michelangelo will like flop him on the ground like that.
Yeah. I'm loving this this never before seen gameplay of Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yes.
Shameless plug.
Oh god.
Now these were
okay.
kind of the first enemies I ran into during my playthrough that kind of irked me.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing about Turtles in Time. All the foot soldiers can be dealt with. The only ones you have to be fearful of are any robots.
Uh-huh.
Robots are evil in this game.
Especially tiny robots.
But Troy,
Yeah.
the foot soldiers are robots too.
Well, we don't know because this game is pulling from like the comics, the cartoon, like they say that these are the comic book style turtles, but like as to my knowledge, in the comic, weren't all the turtles like visually identical apart from their weapons and like the letter on their belts?
Yeah. So that's one good thing colorization and the TV show gave us the Ninja Turtles with like different skin tones and different colored
Right, but in the
bandanas.
in the TV show, weren't they all like they had different like bandanas, but they all had the same like skin color or skin color.
Yeah.
I love
they
the
have the same
animation
skin.
when you hit the foot soldiers and they just grab their stomach and they're like,
Yeah.
Almost makes
So
you feel
I'm
bad.
Another thing I meant to say earlier was that the foot soldiers are kind of color coded. Like purple being like the easiest, blue being the next, and then orange and white kind of being in the same level. But then some orange and white guys will have different weapons, and the weapons are kind of the difficulty settings of the different guys. So you have to pay attention to both the weapon and the color.
So is that Metalhead?
oh no.
Yeah.
It's the most dastardly of the Ninja Turtles villains, M-Head.
Somebody called Jack and Daxter.
Yeah, he's the estranged brother to M. Bison.
So his his intended name was Mike Head.
I think like you said, it's Metalhead. In my ignorance, because it had been years since I played this game, I thought it was Motorhead, which would have been amazing because that's the name of a metal, like the name of a band.
Well, I mean, if none of us really knows, like it could be.
Oh yeah, you saw BS Death right there. Like the hitbox on his gunshots is redonkulous. Like I did not know because it's 2D. Like I didn't know where the top of the shot was.
Yeah, I've fought this boss a couple times since I've had the game, and I obviously have a lot of ways to go in terms of like skill improvement, but I can't consistently fight that boss well. Like to me, the point at which I've like gotten competent at this game is where I can make it through a
Xenomorph?
stage. Yes.
Do you want to know the context for those in the TV show? Because I actually remember seeing this episode.
They burst out
sure.
of John Hurt.
Oh, better. They burst out of irradiated pizzas.
Oh,
That gets stuck
those
in
poor
microwaves.
pizzas.
Right? That's kind of like the joke of the episode too, and they like infest the sewers.
You know,
I love that they.
it confuses me a bit that they refer to this and other stages as a bonus stage. But, like, you gotta beat this to progress, don't you?
Yeah, and you can die in this stage, so
Yeah.
it's not really a bonus stage. Like this one, and there's a space level later that
I don't know. Maybe
that
it
are like
means something
that.
different in Japan. I don't know.
Right? Oh yeah, the goal here is to get as many of the mystery boxes as you can. But they literally do and say the same things that pizza boxes do, so I don't think they're coded differently.
Oh god, they are just like cheesomorphs.
Just cheese and worms. I love it.
Joe's worst nightmare.
They took the two most horrifying things in the universe and combined them.
You know what's even more horrifying is like there's no way to be able to know exactly how to hit them.
Yeah, those guys are tricky to hit. You kind of have to anticipate them. Same with the blue foot soldiers that jump in the air.
Oh yeah, the guys with the swords.
Yeah.
Dude, so
I swear to God, they should have called them calxenomorphs.
So here comes one of my favorite bosses of the game. Like his difficulty is definitely changed with the like difficulty settings like at the front of the game. Because like you see he's like dropping mines and shooting missiles, but on like anything under medium, he doesn't shoot the little laser, and that adds like just like a whole other dimension to the fight to me.
Yeah.
Even though he went down really fast.
Fewer windows to attack. I'm sorry, we talked over it, but what difficulty did you pick at the beginning?
I want to say this is medium.
Okay.
And I don't think that persists because there's some bosses that come up that kick my ass.
Yeah. Difficulty, whatever Trey was feeling like that day.
Yeah, what my patience could hold that day. Next time, now that we've beat the Rat King, we gotta see where we're going after that.
Probably not the Technodrome. I don't know why the Turtles would ever go to the Technodrome, but it seems pretty unlikely.